हेलो एवरीवन, कैसे हैं आप सर? आई होप यू ऑल आर फाइन and doing great in this festival season. As I can see, some of you are already alive. Yes, Purushottam, I will take this session in English only. Hi Ritu. Okay. So, first of all, a very good evening. Friends, my name is Manish Mishra, and this is my brief description here. I secured an All India rank of 568 in GATE 2015, and I welcome you all on this Unacademy GATE Mechanical YouTube channel. Friends, I know I am a new face on this channel, and I would like to tell you that the subject that I will be teaching you will be Industrial Engineering and Operations Research. I secured an All India rank of 568 in 2015, and after clearing GATE exam in 2015, I straight away opted for teaching, and since then I have been teaching GATE and ESE aspirants, and I have 5 years of teaching experience specifically in this field, and most especially in these 4 departments, in these 4 subjects. I have been teaching manufacturing science, industrial engineering OR and material science to GATE and ESE aspirants. So this is my brief description here. Friends, let me tell you, industrial engineering and operations research is a very interesting subject. बहुत ही ज़्यादा interesting subject है. I'll make sure you thoroughly enjoy this subject in this entire module that I will be taking on this Unacademy GATE Mechanical YouTube channel. I assure you that once you are through with this module, industrial engineering and OR will be like a breeze to you. This subject will become so easy, so refined for you that you won't be opening any other textbook or any other content or any other study material. You will know that yes, I am through with this subject and I don't need any other content available anywhere else. I promise you that during this entire module, I will not only be teaching you this content, I'll make sure that I make you feel this subject. It is a very practical subject. Most of you might be thinking that it is a theoretical subject and most of the contents are theoretical, but I assure you this is a highly aptitude based subject. If you have good aptitude skills, अगर आपका aptitude skill अच्छा है बेटा, then I assure you will grasp this subject like anything. And you are going to enjoy this subject in this 30 hours module. Yes, this is a crash course for GATE 2021, and for Industrial Engineering and Operations Research, I will be taking 30 odd hours to complete this entire module. One more thing which is very important, you won't be roaming here and there for content and other questions and practice sheets or everything else. I'll be providing you each and everything. I'll provide you all the contents of industrial engineering and OR. I'll provide you all the question banks, all the previous year questions. We will be solving the questions here on this YouTube channel and also on the Unacademy special class. Everything will be in coordination. You will be told each and everything according the class progression. जैसे जैसे क्लास प्रोग्रेस करेगी आप वैसे वैसे मैं आपको सारी डिटेल्स देते चला जाऊंगा. आपको बिल्कुल भी परेशान होने की कोई जरूरत नहीं रहेगी. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ता हूं. लेट मी प्रोसीड. एज यू ऑलरेडी नो, Unacademy has a plus subscription. And what is the benefit of the plus subscription? You might have heard from all the other teachers as well. As you know, let me tell you very frankly, YouTube is one part of this preparation. On YouTube, you will get all the content necessary. You will be able to watch the classes that are required for the preparation of the GATE examination. But let me tell you something which I have experienced when I was preparing for GATE examination, that preparing for a competitive examination is not just about learning or building concepts. It's a wholesome preparation. You are basically going to fight in the competition and you have to be ready for the competition. And for that, the number one tool which you required is tests. It is very important to analyze your level of concept, your level of skills. Suppose I have taught you in this class, you have been through this entire module, but remember, when it comes to the application part, when I provide you with questions, when you have to solve those questions, then only the real thing comes out. Whether I have taught you well or not, whether you have learnt it right or not, whether the concepts are proper or not, whether the entire application of the concept is proper or not. All these things are very important. And those things will only come forward, will only come upwards on the surface once you start giving the tests. And for these tests, for these weekly tests and for these monthly tests that we will be providing you on the Plus platform, you have to opt for the Plus subscription. I'll share the details in the next slide, that what is the Plus subscription and what it will cost you, and how you can benefit and how you can save some of the money by having some discounts and everything. Along with the weekly test, the Plus subscription has doubt solving sessions. You see, while I am on YouTube, it is very hard for me to teach as well as read your comments and then reply to them or solve your doubts. Because on YouTube, as you can see, around 100 or 200 students might be watching. And it is very hard for a teacher to answer each and everyone's doubts. As you can see, I am constantly trying to read the comments on the other screen, but it is not easy to do so. But on the Unacademy platform, on the Plus subscription platform, the whole interface is designed in such a way that I can directly, during the class, see your doubts, put your doubt on the screen so that other students can also see, and then we can easily solve the doubt, solve your query, and then your concept will be like rock solid. So, doubt solving sessions, weekly tests, and one more important thing, that is the rank improvement batches. What is the rank improvement batches? You see, students, what we are planning and what we have been doing in the past also is that we are making a pool of those students, those who are showing interest, those who are cooperating with us, coordinating with us, those who are continuously watching our classes. We try to pool those students together so that we create a group of students who are highly competitive, who are good in concepts, who are good skilled, and who are preparing dedicatedly for the GATE examination. And when you enter in that sort of group, we try to dedicate some extra time from our daily modules, especially for those students, and then we make sure that we give them the little bit of extra that is required so that they can easily improve their ranks and make sure that they reach the best out of their potential. So all this is possible only through the Plus subscription. Let me give some more details about the Plus subscription and then we will start the class. The Plus subscription comes in 3 packages, as you can see, the 12-month package, the 18th month package, and the 24 months package. If you are opting for GATE 2021 or if you are preparing for entire 1 year, you have 1 year for your preparation, then straight away opt for the 12-month program. The 12-month program after discount, and remember, if you want to avail the discount, you will have to use this code MMM10. This is the discount or the referral code and it straight away connects you to me. MMM10. My friends and my students used to call me Mote Manish Mishra. It is just a joke, hai? So MMM10 is my code. You can use the code and you can get a discount, and the 12-month program will cost you 27,225. It is approximately 2269 rupees per month. And yes, you do not have to pay this entire amount once. If you have a credit card, you have a Bajaj Finserv EMI card, then you can easily opt for the EMI option, the no cost EMI option. It is also available here. If you are preparing for more than 1 year, if you have more than 12 months to prepare for the GATE examination, let's say somebody is preparing for GATE 2022, then you can opt for the 18-month course. What benefit you will get? The 12-month course will have 2270 rupees per month, but this 18-month program, the amount will shrink to only 1925 per month. It becomes more valuable, more economical. And again, by applying the MMM10 code, you can get the extra 10% off, and you have to pay 34,650. Again, you can opt for the EMI options. Now there is one more 24-month program, the 2-year program. When you have more than 18 months to prepare, let's say you have started preparation from second year onwards or from the starting of the third year, then you can straight away opt for the 24-month program. Again, use the code MMM10, and remember, it is only 1650 per month. The MMM10 code will make sure that you will only have to pay 39,600. This code is very important. It will connect you straight away to me. The MMM10 coupon code. Yes, Sunil, I will cover the entire syllabus here. Entire syllabus of Industrial Engineering and Operations Research. Thank you, Biswa. I hope sure. Yes, Haswarth, I will cover entire syllabus. Let me come to that. Yes, I remember the tour of SGS ITS Indore College. Yes, this is my first lecture on Unacademy platform. Nice seeing you all. Sanjay, yes, it is going to be a comprehensive course, but I'll make sure that I cover each and every aspect, each and every part of this subject, which is essential for GATE examination. And as you know, the syllabus of GATE examination is such that nowadays the competition is so high, the level of competition is so high that you cannot leave anything at all. You have to cover each and every part of the subject. So let me straight away move on to the subject as well. Let's not waste any more time and let's start with the subject. I was waiting to reach to this particular slide so that I can teach you all. So let's start. So you see, the first thing, Industrial Engineering and Operations Research. You see, what I have learned in over the years, that whenever I start reading something or whenever I try to learn something, I ask one question to myself, that why I am learning this? क्यों पढ़ूं मैं इसे? क्या फायदा है? How I am going to benefit from this? Anything. You read any sort of novel, you read any sort of textbook, you read any sort of article, you read anything on the internet. Just ask yourself, why are you going to read this? What are you benefiting from this? So let me answer this question, and it is very important to answer this question so that you can connect through the subject. Okay? You see, in the year 1914, you know what happened in 1914? The First World War. It happened in 1914. So when the First World War happened, what happened? The entire system through which the human beings were used to, it crashed. And it crashed very badly. Like if you see, during this COVID-19, which is a war against a virus, the whole system has crashed. I and you are interacting through this online module just because the COVID-19 impact is huge. So, as you can see, this is a war against the virus, and the system has somehow crashed. It has completely crashed. Human beings have realized so much. कब तक complete होगा सर? 30-35 hours it will take. ठीक है? So the entire system has crashed, है ना? So what I am saying is, when the First World War happened, the similar thing happened. Everything from the farmers to the markets, everything suffered due to the World War. The farmers, they weren't able to place their produce in the market, and the consumer could not purchase those produce, and everyone was affected. But during the war, the most important segment is the defense. The people who are actually fighting in the fields, who are actually fighting for their life, who are fighting for the country in the battlefield, that segment is the most important. You must make sure, हमें ये देखने की, ध्यान देने की ज़रूरत है कि यार ये जो डिफेंस वाले हैं, इनको हर तरीके की सुविधा उस समय मिलनी चाहिए. They must get all the resources they required. So during this First World War, what happened? The military or the defense, they faced a shortage of the resources. The resources simply means they faced a shortage of food, they faced a shortage of water, they faced the shortage of fuel, they faced the shortage of ammunitions. खाना, पानी, दाना, तेल, बंदूक की गोलियां, हर चीज की कमी हो रही थी. ऐसे में, under these circumstances, somebody realized that, okay, let's accept the fact that there is shortage. But what we can do the best out of this? We can make sure that we optimize the use of the resources, that we make the best possible use of the resources. Suppose, let me take a homely example, okay? Yes, I will discuss questions also, Rajan. Don't worry. The daily lecture timings will be 9:15 p.m. I'll share each and every detail. Don't worry about all these things. Let's just concentrate on the subject, and I'll make sure I'll tell you each and everything. I'll deliver each and everything. Let's just first concentrate on the subject, okay? So let me take a very homely example. Suppose someday in your home, your mother cooks a very good meal. Suppose there is chicken on the menu. Your mother has made lovely chicken for lunch. And she has said that, yeah, this much chicken is allotted to you. You will get to eat only this much because there are rest in the family as well. Now it is entirely up to you. You know that only this much chicken you have. And using this much chicken, you have to eat this much chapati and this much rice. You know you have to thoroughly enjoy the meal, and you also have to fill your stomach. And in these circumstances, let's just understand this. Nobody tells you that you eat this much chicken from this much roti, you eat this much chicken for this much rice. You automatically do that. You make sure that you enjoy the chicken thoroughly, you fill your stomach, you fill your desire to eat the chicken, and what you do? You make the best possible use of that chicken. My friends, दोस्तों, यही है operations research. This is operations research. Operations research is nothing but the optimum use of the resources, or I can say resources optimization. The best possible use of the resources. Operations research subject will make sure that in whatever aspect of your life you apply this, in whatever area of the system you apply this, it makes sure that whatever resources are going to be there, those resources get optimized, or those resources get used in the best possible manner. just like you did with the chicken. You make sure that you have 5 chapatis, you have this much rice, you eat the chicken in the best possible way so that 5 chapatis and the rice, everything gets consumed. Are you getting my point or not? Very good. So friends, that is operations research. In one word, if I describe this subject, then this subject simply means optimization. This one word, I am going to use this one word again and again, optimization. Let me write this word in capital letters, optimization. Operations research simply means resource optimization, best possible solution. Now, let me come to the other part, that is industrial engineering. Yes, Shiva Shankar, I am trying to teach in English only. Okay. So, let me come to the second part, that is industrial engineering. Now you see what happened. Okay. The industrial segment, the industrial segment, the industrial segment, as we all know, we have so many industries in our own country only. This industrial segment, my friends, is very, very, very competitive. Very competitive. I mean, if you talk about the steel industry, there are steel manufacturers in this industries, in this market, who have less than 3% profit margin. And for that 3% profit margin, they have invested billions and billions of money. Okay. So we see that shopkeepers are making 100% profit or 200% profit or 50% profit. But the fellows that are there in the industries, those who have set up industries, they have invested so much money and they have very few margins in terms of profit. Why so? Why so? The number one thing, let's take an example. Okay, suppose you want to buy a motorcycle. Suppose you want to buy or purchase a 100cc motorcycle. Okay, for your daily commute. Now, just look at the options you have in the market. You have one manufacturer, Hero. You have one manufacturer, Honda. You have one manufacturer, Bajaj. You have one manufacturer, TVS. So there is Hero, there is Honda, there is Bajaj, there is TVS, and I don't know if I am missing some names or not, but I think there are 5 to 6 options there in the market. And you know what? Even in terms of industries or companies, we have 5 6 options. Each one of them has at least 2 to 3 motorcycles in the 100cc portfolio. Trust me, like Hero, they sell Splendor, they sell Passion. Honda, they sell Shine, they sell some other bikes also. I don't recall the name. Bajaj sells CT100 and some XCD120 and something. But what I'm trying to say is that in alone this 100cc category, you have at least 10 to 15 options. A consumer can opt for any of the 10 to 15 options. And if you will check this product, what you will find, that these products are exactly, similarly, same in specifications. You will find that the mileage that these motorcycles provide, more or less the same. The features they provide are more or less the same. The dimensions they have more or less are same. That means every manufacturer is providing you an almost similar product. You know why? Because everybody is trying to give the best. Everybody is trying to give the best. Let's say that this motorcycle example is a bit odd for someone, like especially for girls. Let us consider a mobile phone. Okay, let us say you have to purchase a mobile phone for 10,000 rupees. How many options you have? I mean, on Flipkart only you can have hundreds of cell phones for 10,000. On Amazon alone you can have 50 other phones. You have so many options, and if you will compare them, you will see each and every one of them provides similar RAM, similar storage, similar processor, similar screen. camera almost the same megapixel and whatnot. What I am trying to say here is, when there is so much competition in the market, when in the same price category targeting the same consumer, there are so many options for the consumer, then everybody try to do that little bit extra. And in what they keep on doing, they increase the value of the product. For 10,000 rupees, the phone that you are getting, I mean, it is tremendous, man. How can somebody provide that much of technology in 10,000 rupees? But yet they are doing. And how? Just to grab the customers available in the 10,000 rupees market, just to grab the customers, they are making sure they provide the best possible technology in the minimum possible price. Their profit margins are shrinking. And if they are providing such value to the customer, you know what happens? They will have to make sure that they are not 100%, 200% efficient. What does this mean, efficient? A mobile phone manufacturer is not only manufacturing the mobile phone, it is shipping the mobile phone. They are selling the mobile phone in the market. They have a sales network. They have a transportation network. They have a manufacturing division. They have an advertising division. Are you trying to understand? Are you getting my point or not? What I am trying to say here is, in the entire process of mobile making to selling the mobile phone, the manufacturer has to go through different operations. First, they have to make the mobile phone, they have to transport the mobile phone, they have to sell the mobile phone, they have to service the mobile phone. In this entire process, they have to make sure that they are 200% efficient. If they do anything wrong, let's say if the sales team is not performing up to the mark, let's say if the manufacturing division is not efficient, let's say they can manufacture 10,000 phones per month, but they are manufacturing only 9,090 phones, then they are losing time, they are losing money, and they are losing in the competition. Because you know what, they can't sell the phone for more than 10,000, and by producing less phones in the same duration as compared to the other one in the market, in the competition, they are losing money. And they are losing money, they are losing business. So operations research, as I said, it is all about optimization of the resources. These industries, they have to optimize their resources. Whatever resources they have time, they have money, they have infrastructure, they have labor, they have human resource, transport, whatever they are doing, they will have to make sure they do it in the best possible way. एकदम सही तरीके से, सटाक तरीके से करना पड़ेगा, तब जाके ही मजा आएगा, काम बनेगा, तब जाके ही मार्केट में टिकेंगे. Then only they can survive in the market, they can battle the competition. I'm sorry for the delay. Okay. So I think I have described this subject, that what is industrial engineering and operations research. And now we just have to move forward. We have to study this subject as per the GATE syllabus, and we need to be very focused that our target is the GATE and engineering services examination, and we have to target this subject on the basis of that only. Okay. The core, the value, or the brief of the subject I have just told you. Remember this word optimization. I am going to use this word again and again. Okay. So let me move to the next slide. My friends, this is the entire syllabus of industrial engineering and operations research for GATE and ESE examination. People constantly ask me, sir, GATE or ESE का syllabus अलग-अलग है क्या? Is there any difference? I tell them, no, there is no such difference. You have to go through these 13 topics. These 13 topics are very important. How I know this? Because in the previous year examinations of GATE and ESE, questions have been constantly coming in the paper from these 13 topics. So we have to look into these 13 topics briefly, wholeheartedly, and we have to make sure that we solve enough questions on these 13 topics so that we prepare in the best possible way. We have to optimize our preparation. So let's see the topics here. The first topic, linear programming problem, transportation problem, assignment problem, sequencing model, queuing model, project management, inventory models, forecasting, break-even analysis, line balancing and work study, production planning and control, material resource planning, and quality control. These are the 13 topics that we will be looking under this module. Okay. Now let me tell you something. For the GATE examination, this subject has a weightage of 5 to 7 marks. Why I am saying this? Because if you will check out the previous year papers, you will see that in certain examination 5 marks came from the subject, and in certain examination even 9 marks came from the subject, but I am not taking that as an average. I am considering 7 marks. Okay, so if you will see, like your entire technical portion, 7 marks dedicated to this subject. I mean, this subject is more important than engineering mechanics, friends. When I was preparing in 2014 and a year before or two, my seniors used to prepare. They used to tell us that don't prepare IOR. It is not that important. You know why they said those things? Because in those days, if you secure 50-55 marks in GATE, your holiday rank will be somewhere around 50 or 100. People used to secure that much marks by preparing thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, and so on. But now it is not the case. You will have to prepare each and every subject thoroughly. एक number इधर उधर हो गया. Even if you leave 1 or 2 marks from here and there, chances are the question might come in the exam. And if the question comes in the exam and you won't able to solve, your rank is going to down. Okay. So 5 to 7 marks is a huge number. Focus, important, concentrate, listen to me very, very carefully. Let me clear this now and here. Concentrate, very important. Whatever I am going to speak, whatever I am going to say, you will have to be 100 concentrated on that. 100%, 100% focus is required. If you will listen to me carefully, each and every word that comes out from my mouth, if it is going inside your ears and getting processed in your brain, you are going to benefit from this module. That's it. So concentrate 100%. Okay. 5 to 7 marks. Now, out of these 5 to 7 marks, these 3 topics, LPP, transportation and assignment. Okay. These are highly exhausting. Let me write the word here. Exhausting. Why I am saying it is exhausting? Because it takes time to solve questions from these aspects of the subject. When questions come from these departments, the questions are lengthy and it takes time to solve. But I tell you one thing, when I will teach these 3 parts, you will thoroughly enjoy. Even though we will take time, we will gradually move towards the completion of the subject syllabus, but I'll make sure you will enjoy each and every part of the subject because I'll make sure you will feel the subject. समझ रहे हैं? Okay. Then you have a sequencing model. It is a relatively small topic. Queuing model is also a relatively small topic. It will take 1 class to cover the subject, and sequencing also will take 1 class to 2 class. Okay. These 3 topics: linear programming problem, transportation problem and assignment problem. These will take around 10 classes. 10 classes. Okay. And it is important also. It comes in the examination also. Project management will take 4 classes. Very important topic. Very, very important topic, CPM and PERT. Especially for the ESE prelims part also, this topic is very important. Out of the 10 subjects that there are in ESE prelims, there is 1 subject that is project management. It is very important. Question straight away comes from it in the ESE prelims. Okay. And also for the GATE examination, it is a very, very important topic. Even the civil engineering aspirants can come to this channel when I will be teaching this part. Okay. It comes in civil and mechanical both. Then inventory model, again it will take 4 class, very important topic, very interesting topic. Both project management and inventory model 6 7 both are very important. Forecasting will take 2 classes, break even analysis, very interesting topic, 1 class. Line balancing and work study will take 1 class, production planning control, material resource planning, quality control, this will take 3 class. So overall if you will add up 10 plus 2 12 13 4 17 21 23 4 5 8 28 classes are required for the entire module. And when I am saying 28 classes, it's not like I will be covering only the concepts and will not be solving the question. We will be solving questions along with the concepts. Concept समझाऊंगा. I will explain you the concept and then we will straight away get into the question part. Okay. Without solving the questions, you are not preparing for the GATE examination. Let me tell you this very clearly. GATE is about graduate aptitude test in engineering. It is an aptitude test, not a knowledge test. Nobody will ask you questions from the knowledge part. GATE examination is only trying to test your aptitude skill in engineering. How well you are versed with the concepts in engineering. Okay, so the numericals are the only way to prepare for the GATE examinations. Let me proceed. Okay, friends. So in this first class, sorry for the interruption. Okay. So friends, in this first class, the topic that we are going to see or discuss is project management. You might also know this topic as CPM and PERT. But let me tell you, CPM and PERT are a part of project management. Okay, there is a topic of CPM and PERT in project management, and we have to look into the entire project management part of the subject. Without wasting any time, let me move to the next slide. You see, many of you might ask questions that, sir, why are you showing us definitions? Let me tell you something, friends. Whatever I am going to tell you, it is very important. You see, these one-line definitions, they just move you in the track of building concepts. Getting my point or not? So, whatever I am going to tell you, listen to it very carefully. Even if you think that what are you saying, Arasa, what are you teaching? But please trust me, okay? So the first thing is that we are studying project management. So let us ask ourselves one question. What is a project? Project क्या होता है भाई? What is a project? What is project in project management? If I am not wrong, when I was in sixth standard, okay, sixth standard, that was the first time when this subject was introduced to me, or when this particular word project got introduced in my life. Especially in the maths subject, my maths teacher used to say that you will have to make project this year. Remember, project file banani hai. You have to make the project file. That was the first time this word was introduced to us. We will try to relate with that word when we were in class 6th. Our teacher used to give us activities in the class. There was a separate class in an entire day module when they say that it is an activity period, maths activity period. And we had to do like 10 maths activities, different activities, pasting those rectangles and squares and triangles and rhombuses on the project report. Remember? I hope so you are remembering. Okay. So one word which was associated with project in those days was activity. Our teacher used to say that you have to do all these activities, and at the end you have to make one file in which there is going to be one front page, one acknowledgement page, one in the last you will have to add one bibliography. There will be a content page in the front also, and you have to put each and everything in one manner, and then you have to submit the entire report on that particular day. अरे यार, नहीं याद आ रहा है क्या? Try to remember, friends. Okay. So, what is a project? Let us see the definition. Simply put, a project is a group of activities and events that need to be completed in order to reach a specific outcome. A project is a group of activities and events. Let's try to understand this. Suppose, you know what? Before I get to the word project, let me first tell you what is activity. Because as I have said, a project is a group of activities and events. So let me first tell you what is activity. Very important, friends. Hai na? Listen to this very, very carefully. What is an activity? Tell me. What is an activity? You see, activities are the resource consuming part. Activities are the resource consuming part. Let me tell you like this. You have heard this word event. This word is very popular, event. We say like that today is that event, today is this event, when we are on this YouTube channel watching Industrial Engineering and Operations Research by Manish sir. So this was an event, a live event. You know what is an event? It is a moment in time. Moment in time. If I write it in Hindi, it means समय में पल. Moment in time. Event. When I say my birthday is on 17th April, then what happens, 17th April becomes an event for me. It is my birth event. When I say 17th April 2021 is my birthday next year, and 17th April 2020 my birthday this year, then these two are nothing but moments in time. समय में पल. And these moments in time are called as events. And you know what? If I have to make sure that this event happens, if I have to make sure that this event happens, I will have to live my entire life between these two events. Daily I will have to wake up in the morning, do the rituals, have my breakfast, teach as per the hours allocated to me, have lunch, do the daily chores, have dinner, spend time with my family. Whatever X, Y, Z we are doing in our daily life are happening in between these events. I made sure that I lived on 17th April 2020, and if I want to make sure that I live on 17th April 2021, I will have to live between these two events. And living basically means performing daily tasks, and those daily tasks are nothing but activities, my friends. So what is an activity? Just try to understand here what is an activity. Dosto, if I am performing any particular task in my life, It is consuming my energy, it is consuming time, and most probably in this economic era, it is consuming money. Whatever task is consuming time, energy, money is nothing but activity. And as I said earlier, activity is nothing but a resource consuming part of the project. Activity is the real thing, it is the action, my friends. I am teaching right now, it is an activity. But this activity started at a particular event, that is 9:15 p.m. at 5th November 2020. And this activity of teaching this first lecture will end at 10:45 p.m. 5th November 2020. So events are nothing but time movement. It has a starting, it has an ending. It is just a moment in time. समय में पल है. But in between those events, we are consuming the resources. We are consuming time. We are consuming energy. We are consuming money, and that part is called as an activity. So I hope these two terms are very clear to you, activity and event. And you know what is an activity, what is an event? I have already told you, and let's see the definition again. Simply put, a project is a group of activity and event. A project is nothing but a group of activities and events. बहुत सारी activities, बहुत सारे events के group को कहते हैं project. Let us take a very good example. Let's say that you or somebody has to get constructed his own home, his own house. अपना स्वयं का खुद का मकान बनवाना है, मकान, house. Somebody has to get constructed his own house. Let us consider this house construction process as a project. Now this particular project has hundreds of activities and hundreds of events. You all must be very familiar of the word Bhumi Pujan. Where is my pen? All must be very familiar of the word Bhumi Pujan. What is Bhumi Pujan? Land warming, what they call it in English, I don't recall very well. Bhumi Pujan, land warming ceremony or something like that. ठीक है ना? When we call a pandit or a priest who praises the land, and we make sure everything goes well due to the blessings of God and everyone else. So a house construction, a home construction process is considered as a project. And you know what? Bhumi Pujan is an activity. When I say that, yaar, I have to construct a house, you know what the first thing that we need to do? We need to make sure that we purchase a land. Purchasing a land itself is an activity. Before you have to purchase a land, you have to make sure that you find the proper land. You have to make sure that you bargain with the owner. You have to make sure that you put the application in the registrar office for the registration of the land. After that entire process is over, you will have the possession of the land. And once you have the possession of the land, you will make sure that you do the rituals, the Bhumi Pujan. What are all this? Purchasing the land, getting it registered, doing the Bhumi Pujan. These are all activities. They are a resource consuming part of the project. They are consuming my time, my energy, my money. But you know what? Whenever I will be performing this activity, there is going to be a particular date when I will be performing them. When I will register the land, when I will purchase the land, when I will perform the Bhumi Pujan, each and every occasion is going to be on a particular date, on a particular time, and that is nothing but event, my friends. That is nothing but events. So a project like a house construction part or a house construction project will have hundreds of activities and hundreds of events. But you know what? All these activities are important. All these events are important, and they have a specific order. Mark this word, they have a specific order. You will have to make sure that a particular activity is performed on a particular day, before a particular activity, after a particular activity. For example, if you want to perform the Bhumi Pujan, the land warming ceremony, you will have to make sure that you purchase that land. Before purchasing the land, you cannot start performing the Bhumi Pujan. Someone else might come and kick you. Are you getting my point or not? I am trying to say activities have a specific order. If you are constructing your home, the first part is the foundation part. You have to dig the soil. You have to insert the TMT bars so that the foundation gets strong, and then only you can raise the house on above that. If you want to put the slab on the roof, then you have to raise the columns first. Getting my point or not? If you want to paint the walls, first you have to put plaster over there. You have to put putty over there. Then only you can paint the walls. So these activities which are consuming your time, energy and money, they have to be in some specific order. One activity will come before one activity will come after one activity. So these particular activities and events, they have a particular chain of order. And when you keep on performing these activities, when you keep on finishing these activities in that chain of order, this activity and after that this activity, then after that this activity, then we say that you are executing the project. And when all the activities and events are over, we say the entire project is over. Getting my point or not? So let me proceed. Okay, let's move to the next part. I have already explained what is an activity and what is an event. Okay, I will come to this definition just after one more explanation part. Now let us come to the real thing. Let us come to the real thing. Project management. What is project management? Just now we have understood what is a project. Now we will look into what is project management. My friends, दोस्तों, project management simply means involving the planning and organization of a company's resources to move a specific task, event or duty towards completion. Just now I shared an example of house construction. House construction. Most of you are well versed, well aware of this part, because most of us have a home, and if you don't, you know what is the procedure. Okay? So if you consider house construction as a project, we have money involved here, we have time involved here, and we have our energy involved here. So time, money and energy, these are our resources. And as we have already learned, then when we will be performing the activities which are a part of the project, resources are going to get consumed. Whatever activity you will do, you will purchase the land, you will make sure the house is getting constructed, you will make sure all the rituals are getting done, you will make sure the finishing part is getting done. Whatever you are doing, you will be spending money. You will be definitely spending time, and yes, you will be spending your energy also. Project management simply means optimum use of resources. Optimum use of resources. Managing the resources. If we will manage these resources, we need to make sure that whatever money, time, energy we have to make the best possible use of it. We have to spend as little money as possible. जितना जरूरत है, जितना required है, वो तो अपने को use करना ही पड़ेगा, but not more than that. The time, let's say if a house, an ideal house takes an year to construct, you need 1 year to construct a house, then you have to make sure that your house also get constructed in 1 year. It's not like you will be spending 15 months, 20 months to construct the house. Getting my point or not? So whatever resource you have to manage that. You have to make sure you spend the right amount of money, you take the right amount of time to complete the project. Then only you can say the project is well managed or you have done some project management. So that is it, my friends. Once we have done with these little parts, the details of the entire part, the subject, the rest will become very easy. We have done with four things: project, activity, events, project management. Project is nothing but the group of activities and events. Activities are the resource consuming part. Events are nothing but moments in time. And project management simply means the management of the resources that are required for the completion of the project. Let me move on to the next slide then. Now, the most awaited part, CPM and PERT. What are CPM and PERT? दोस्तों, friends, CPM and PERT is nothing but project management techniques. These are just mere techniques to manage a project. I have already told you managing a project means making sure the resources are optimized, resources are used in the best possible way. So CPM and PERTs, my friend, CPM and PERT are nothing but techniques to manage a project. Now the question arises, why two techniques? Why there are two techniques? Why not one? Because projects are of two types. Projects are of two types. I will share this PDF in the end of the class. Don't worry. You will get each and every definition. You will get each and every part that I have written in this notes. Okay? Project have two parts. There are two types of project. One is a deterministic project. One is a deterministic project and the other is a probabilistic project. Deterministic project, probabilistic project. Now, deterministic project, probabilistic project. What do you mean by these two terms? Let's clarify this. Suppose you want to get constructed an ordinary 3 BHK home. I mean, like 95% of the common middle class has a 3 BHK home. A 3 BHK home is not a luxury, it is a necessity. If you want to construct a common 3 BHK home on a common dimensioned plot, and when you will go to a particular contractor so that you can get this house constructed, you know what? The contractor is so versed with this type of projects. He must have done hundreds of thousands of projects in the past. Hundreds of thousands of projects similar to this. Because you know what? Everybody is getting a 3 BHK home. Making sure that they get a 3 BHK home constructed. Getting my point or not? So when the contractor is so versed with this type of project, he knows the in and out of the 3 BHK house. He knows how much time it will take, how much money it will take, how much labor it will take, how much resource it will take. He can tell you almost everything. And you know what? When you will go to such a contractor to get your own house built, he will tell you everything. He will give you a particular quotation so exact, so precise. He will give you a time frame so precise that he can make sure that you have those particular events on that time. He will tell you that I will hand over the entire house to you on this particular date, and he might even do that. He will tell you that you will at the end be spending this much amount of money for this type of particular home. Because it is a deterministic type of project where you can determine each and everything. because the contractor has so much data with him. He has done similar kind of projects in the past. He can easily determine each and every part of the project that you will be handing over to him. He can easily determine how much money, how much labor, how much resource your project is going to consume. And on the other part, there is a probabilistic type of project. Let us assume that there is a flyover getting built in one particular location of your city. Now, that particular city location is a unique geographical location. It has a particular uniqueness to it. It has a particular weather condition, it has a particular traffic condition, it has a particular location to it. Due to all these challenges, as this particular geographical location is so unique, you can speculate, you can try to guess that yes, this particular flyover will take this much time. This particular flyover will consume this much amount of money, this much amount of labor. You will try to guess all these things by having examples from previous flyovers which were built in different other locations. You will try to speculate, oh, that flyover took that much time, that much money, that much labor. So this flyover which is similar to that will take this much, this much, this much. But you cannot be 100% sure, or you cannot exactly determine. When the contractor say that in a 3 BHK home you will take 15 days for the foundation part of the project, you will see it gets completed in 15 days or 14 days or 13 days or 16 days with a bit of uncertainty. But in case of a probabilistic project, if you are having a completely unique project, a new project which has not been done in the past, you do not have certain data so that you can use that data to find different aspects of the project, then in that case you don't know the details of the project very well and you cannot determine the resources required in that project. You cannot be 100% sure. So when you have a deterministic project, the project management technique that you will be using is CPM, critical path method technique. For a deterministic project, it is a deterministic approach. When you have such a project where you know the exact time of completion of an activity, when you know the exact resources that are going to be consumed in the project in different activities, then you will use the CPM. But if you are unaware of that, when you do not know the exact completion of an activity, then you will have a probabilistic approach or you will have a probabilistic project. In that case, you will have to use the PERT technique, program, evaluation and review technique. I hope whatever I am explaining, you are understanding it. If you have any doubts, just write in the comment box. Okay, let me have a sip of water and then we will move forward. I forgot my water bottle also today. This is my first class and I forgot my water bottle. No problem. Let us consider this as a class without water and move forward. Okay. So the next part, the network diagram. What is a network diagram? Okay. Just trying to give you a glimpse of what we have studied so far. We know what is a project. We know what are activities and events. We know what is project management and we know what are CPM and PERT. They are nothing but project management techniques. Projects are of two types, probabilistic and deterministic. For probabilistic projects, if we want to manage a probabilistic project, we will use the PERT technique. If we want to optimize the deterministic project, we will use the CPM technique. Now the next thing that we need to know is the network diagram. What is a network diagram? You see, a network diagram is nothing but a pictorial representation. Let me give this word, pictorial representation. of data. Pictorial representation of data. What does it mean? Suppose you have a project, suppose you have a house construction project, and you know that there are different activities in the project. अलग अलग प्रकार का एक्टिविटी है प्रोजेक्ट में. समझ रहे हैं ना मेरी बात को? Getting my point or not? Suppose there is a house construction project and there are different activities, like you have to purchase the land, you have to get the land registered, you have to perform the land warming ceremony, then you have to do the foundation part, then you have to do the brickwork, then columns, then slab, then plaster, then paint, then at the end you will do the house warming, that is Grih Pravesh ceremony and puja and everything, and then you will start residing in the house. So in the entire house construction project, there are various parts to the project, various different activities. And all those activities will happen on a particular day, which is nothing but the event. When I say that today my first floor slab is going to be placed, when I say that the foundation work is going to start, when I say the Grih Pravesh Puja is going to happen, it is going to be happening on a particular set of date or a set of time. So, as you know, a project is nothing but a group of activities and events. And these activities and events, they consume resources, they happen on a particular date on time, and the most important thing, they happen in a particular order. Certain activities are bound to happen before certain activities, and certain activities are bound to happen before certain activities. Before brickwork, you cannot put plaster on the walls, and before plaster, you cannot put paint on the walls. Remember this. So a project is nothing but a group of activities and events. And those activities and events will have certain data. This activity consume this much money, this activity consume this much time, this is going to happen on that particular date, this activity is going to happen before this activity and after this activity. So a project basically have a lot of data, and if I will put all those data and make a picture out of it, if I make a pictorial representation, a diagram of that, all those data, what is the definition when all the activities and events are arranged in the form of a diagram? It is called a network diagram. It is basically a pictorial representation of the project data. अगर मैं एक डायग्राम बना दूं इस तरीके का कुछ दिखने वाला, something like this, a diagram which will look something like this, we will get to know how to make this diagram. It is very important. That diagram, which is nothing but the data, project data in pictorial representation, is called as the network diagram. Why we are looking into this suddenly? You see, the network diagram is nothing but a tool. Network diagram is nothing but a tool. Tool for what? Tool for project management, my friends. And project management has two techniques, CPM and PERT. If you want to use these two techniques for deterministic project CPM, for probabilistic project PERT, you will have to make sure that you learn this tool. अरे यार, अबे ये tool आना चाहिए. This tool is very important. You will have to make sure you learn this tool before you can start project management or you can start applying the CPM or PERT technique. The tool, the network diagram is the basic thing. Without converting the project data into a network diagram, you won't be able to apply CPM or PERT. Getting my point or not? So, moving on to the next slide. You know what I have here? I have here a very good problem. Very good question. And this question is all about constructing the network diagram. Mastering this tool. Mastering the network diagram. Without mastering the network diagram, you won't be able to proceed in this chapter. You won't be able to perform project management. The network diagram is the most important part. Concentrate very well. If you learn the art of making a network diagram, If you master the art of making the network diagram, then the entire chapter is like, what you say, cake, a piece of cake. And if you fail to learn this art, master this art, you are going to face problem in this entire chapter. So let me tell you very specifically, I will proceed in a very slow manner, detailed manner. If you have any doubts, just write it in the comment box. I am looking it in the comment screen. I have kept my mobile phone here. I am constantly looking that whatever I am teaching and whatever you are typing. Okay. So just put, so sir, I didn't understand this. Please explain again. Network diagram is very important, my friends. You just have to make sure that you are 100% aware in this class while I am teaching the art of making the network diagram. So let us proceed. You see, friends, this is a particularly difficult problem. You know why I have chosen this problem? Because once you are through this problem, the problems that have occurred in the previous year examination of GATE exam, or they are in textbooks, or they are going to be in the practice sheets, they are going to be like piece of cakes. This question has some sort of potency to it. Now let's see what is written here. A project involve activities from A to I. A project involve activities from A to I. कैपिटल A एक एक्टिविटी है, कैपिटल I तक एक्टिविटीज है. I have activities A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Activity A is like purchasing the land, B is like registering the land, C is like Bhumi Pujan and whatever, and I is like Gripravesh, the last activity. Then it is written the precedent relationship are as follows and the time required for these activities are given in the table below. Precedent relationship, predecessor, precedent, what is before, relationship is given. How? Let's see. It has been said to us that activity A consume 8 days, B consume 10 days, C consume 8 days and so on. And it is very specifically given here. Let's us see this part of the question, this data. It is mentioned that activity D should happen after activity A. You know what means? It means that activity A is going to happen before activity D. Activity A is going to happen before activity E. Activity B is going to happen before F. D is going to happen before F. C is going to happen before G. C is going to happen before H. F is going to happen before I. What does it mean? Let's see. Let us consider that activity D is nothing but foundation work. Foundation work. So before you want to do the foundation work, you will have to make sure that you purchase the land, my dear friend. So let us say that activity A is purchasing the land. And once you have purchased the land, you then only can perform the foundation work. So it simply means activity A is before D. Again, activity A is before E. E must be some activity. And to perform E, you will have to first perform A. So these are the relationships that have been given in the problem. And these are the durations of these activities. And you know what we have to do? We have to construct the network diagram. We have to construct the network diagram. We have to make sure that this data that we have gets converted into a diagram, into a pictorial representation. I am going to move 4 slides back. Let us see there. See, I already told you I will be getting back to this slide. Activity. What is an activity? It is the resource consuming effort represented by a line with an arrowhead pointing in the direction of progress of completion of work. Event is a point in time, as I said, a moment in time, समय में पल, where one or more activities start or finish, जहां पे कोई काम चालू होता है, कोई काम खत्म होता है. यार ने बताया था ना यार, कोई काम चालू होगा किसी डेट पे, खत्म होगा किसी डेट पे. An activity will start on a certain date and end on a certain date, and it is represented by a circle. Very important, circle, and very important by a line with an arrow. With an arrow. What does it mean? It means in a network diagram, activity will be represented by a line with an arrow pointing in the direction of progress of work, and event will be represented by a circle. Remember this part. Okay. Now let us make the network diagram. The first thing that we will have to consider while making the network diagram, we need to rank these activities. What does it mean, ranking these activities? You see, as it is mentioned that there are certain activities which are before certain activities. For this reason, we have to rank them. That which activity we'll have to target first, then second, then third, then fourth, and how to rank them. For that purpose, you need to understand one term which is called as independent activity. Independent activity. What is an independent activity? First of all, let us see this. You see, activity D cannot be performed unless activity A is completed. Activity E cannot be performed unless A is completed. F cannot be performed unless B is completed. F again cannot be performed again D is completed. Now, as you can see, F depends on D. Similarly, D depends on A. But tell me, friends, on what activity does activity A depends? Activity A depends on which activity? The answer is none. There is no activity in the entire data of this question which can tell that activity A depends on me. Similarly, no activity depends on, activity B depends on no other activity. Activity C depends on no other activity. Just check this second place. It is having D, E, F, G, H and I. But in this second place, there is no A, there is no B, there is no C. So these activities, activity A, activity B, activity C are nothing but independent activities. They do not depend on any other activity. Let's say if I just have a mere thought that I want to construct my own house, then these three activities are completely independent. Nothing needs to be done before them. It's like if I just thought that I want to construct my own home, then I can straight away, simultaneously perform these activities. Like if I want to purchase a land, then I can contact a broker and just ask him that I want a particular type of plot, an east facing plot of 30 by 50 feet dimension in this particular area. At the same moment, I can call my bank. I can line up my entire financial procedures. If I want to finance or if I want to procure some loan from the bank, I can straight away call the bank and tell them I want to construct my own home, I want to purchase a land, I want this much amount of money, just tell me what are the documents that are required. Similarly, without doing anything, if I know that I want this size of plot, I want an east facing house, I can straight away move to the architect and ask him to construct a house plan or a design. These activities are completely independent. If I just have a thought in my mind that I want to construct a house, I can make sure that these activity gets done. It's not like if I am calling the broker, then only I can call the bank. I can call the bank anytime. I can call the broker anytime. I can move to the architect and get the designs and drawings ready anytime. What I am trying to say, if I have just a thought of constructing a house, remember this thing. These are those activities, A, B, and C are those activities which can be performed simultaneously and at the very start. So what we will be doing, first we have found that A, B, C are independent activity, they do not depend on anyone, and when we start the project, these activities are the first that we will target, and therefore I will rank them 1. Activity A, B, and C have first rank. Now let's move on to activity D. As you can see, activity D depends on A. So it has to be after A. So if activity A has been allotted first rank, then activity D is after A, we will allot it second rank. Then comes to activity E. Activity E again depends on A. So if A is first rank and E should be after A, then E should also be second rank. We don't know anything about D and E, my friends. There has been nothing said that activity E should be after D. If it is after D, then it will be 3. But if it is not mentioned here, we only know that activity E is after activity A and A is 1, then E is definitely 2. Let's come to activity F, my friends. Activity F, it is very important, very important. Let's see here, let me choose some another color. Let's see here, B and D both are before F. It is very important, my friends. B and D both are before F. It is like this activity F, it should be both after B and after D. What does it mean? Suppose you are getting constructed a house and you want to put those electric switches to turn on the light and fan. Those electric switches can only be put in their place once the electrical wiring of the house is done. And once the electrical wiring is done, you do the plaster work. And after the plaster work, you put on the switches. Because if the wiring part is done and you put on the switches, and after that you put on the plaster, the entire switches will get spoiled, soiled. So the switch application part or putting the switches in place, we have to make sure that both the activities, the entire wiring as well as the plaster gets completed. So activity F is such that it depends on 2 activities, and when both the activities will get complete, then only we can initiate activity F. So what I am trying to say here is that activity F should be after B and D. So if B is 1, D is 2 and activity is F after B and D, then it will be 3, my friends. Why? Because after D, D is second, it is 3, and after B, B is 1 and it is 2. So 1 and 2, दोनों के बाद, दोनों के after, then it is 3. I hope you get this point. Let's move on. Let's move on to activity G. Let's see G. G is after C. C is 1. So again, my friend, C is 1 to G is 2. We don't have any other data. Let's move on to activity H. Let's see H. H is after C. C is 1. So again, H is 2. Let's move on to I. I has 2 activities before it, F and G. Let's see this very specifically. G is second, I will be 3, but it is after F also. F is 3, so my friends, it will be 4. Because I should be after F and after G, and after F and after G means dono ke baad, after both of them, and after both of them means 4th rank. So we have now ranked all the activities, And as you can see, we have three activities that have first rank. Then we have four activities D, E, G and H that have second rank. And we have F that has third rank, and we have I that has fourth rank. If we were constructing the network diagram and after A, B, C, D, E we will start making F, then it will be wrong, because after D and E we will have to target G and H, because G and H have second rank, my friends, and F has third rank. So what I am trying to say here is, while constructing the network diagram, first you have to target those activities that have first rank, then those activities which have second rank, then the third rank, then the fourth rank. Then only you will construct the proper network diagram. So time is a limitation here. Our event has started at 9:15 and now it is the time to end this particular class, to end this particular activity. As the ending event is near, I can already see on the clock that it is 10:40. So friends, we will continue this class same time tomorrow at 9:15 p.m. If you have any sort of doubt, anything that you have in your mind regarding this class, just follow the Telegram channel of Unacademy Mechanical Gate. I think most of you might have already be following that Telegram channel. If not, I will be providing you the link at the end of this class. I will be posting this PDF in that particular channel only, Telegram channel Unacademy Gate. Until then, don't take it as a bye-bye, because we have to continue this class tomorrow at 9:15 p.m. And if you are enjoying this class, do share, do subscribe, and tell your friends also. Okay? So friends, follow me on the Unacademy platform. Follow me on the Telegram channel. I will be posting the contents there. Up until then, like, share and subscribe. And one more thing, this is your first class. Don't panic. I will be covering the entire syllabus in step-by-step manner. We will be solving questions also. We have not until come to that part that we will have solved the questions. And one more important thing, I will tell you each and everything about the class. I have just now told you that the next class will be on 9:15 p.m. tomorrow. And tomorrow in the class I will share a schedule with you, that what are the special classes that I will be taking on the Unacademy platform. In those special class, I will be solving different types of questions. The conceptual questions that are required just to build up the concepts, I will discuss on this YouTube channel. But you will have to come on to the Unacademy platform for the special classes where I will be discussing and solving more questions. We will be synchronizing each and everything. This YouTube platform and the Unacademy special classes will be in synchronization. I will make the best possible use of this platform to teach each and every one of you industrial engineering and operations research. I will rest my voice now. I will rest this class now. Thank you all.